September. Let's go live to the Etihad. The former Manchester United and indeed City goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel is waiting to speak to us. Just give us a sense, it was a terrific game to watch, of what that was like inside the stadium, particularly in that first half from the City fans.
It was so quiet. Like me, I don't think they could believe that what they were seeing. United were defending, but they were hitting them on the counter attack, and I mean, you know that yourself. They could have been 3, 4, 5 up in the first half. But what a performance by Manchester United! And the fans, they're staying in. They're still here. They're still singing. It's unbelievable. This is what Manchester United fans, they needed. A win like this to believe in Ole's project, and I'm so happy for Ole today.
And you were at Old Trafford as well on Wednesday. What a week it has been. I mean, how much of a difference could that make to the season, Peter, those two results?
Massive, massive. Ole's got a project. He's working to a plan. He's bringing young players into the team. He's bringing young players in, teaching them the culture of Man United, the identity of Manchester United. But when you play with young players, you will have games where they make mistakes individually as a team, and you will lose games. And that has happened. I mean, the Tottenham game and this game today it's just proved to me that his plan is working, that we should believe in his project, and we should be patient with him.
And what does it do to the players when they have big games like Tottenham, and even bigger today? They go and execute the plan and get the result as well. Yeah,
but Steve, you know, winning breeds winning. You know, there's an art to winning, but there's also a habit to it. You get used to winning. You know how to win, and you will never ever go on a football pitch not trying to win. But there's a difference in knowing that you can win and then hoping that you can win. And this win today, the win against Spurs, that proves to the players that they know they can win. And the performance today, even though the last 15 minutes was it was terrible to watch. It was so nerve-wracking. Sat outside, the pressure that City put on, they were still good enough to get the 3 points home. And you know, Ole must be so proud of his players.
Brian, what, as Peter was saying there, when you've got young players to go and get a result like they have in the last 2 games, particularly today, what does that do to the group?
No, I mean, it's huge. You know, the confidence that it gives you that you can produce that performance, and all big games you need that concentration, and that's what the players had today. They had that concentration on both defensively and when they won the ball, making sure that that pass forward was good, the touch was good, and then, you know, as we've seen, players flying off, Anthony Martial, and causing City big problems. So no, I think we all know United's records against the big teams. When the big teams open up and we can expose the on the counter-attack, the next step is breaking teams down. And that's where we have to get Paul Pogba back. He's the one who can unlock the door and get him back playing well and consistently, because that's the next step then. You know, we've seen the record. I think every team above United, we're unbeaten. It's the teams below that make it difficult at Old Trafford, where you've got to be patient. That's the next step now. But that was a fantastic performance, the best performance that I've seen for a long time off United team.
We'll come to United's frontmen in a moment, but from City's point of view, 14 points. No team at this stage have been that far behind and gone on to win the title, even a team and a squad like the champions. Any chance?
No. No, there wasn't any chance after, I think, what happened at Anfield. Liverpool are too good right now. They're not dropping points. I think they drew 7 games last season, only losing 1. They haven't dropped those points this season. So Liverpool have been too consistent. And I think for City, they can take the focus off the Premier League and focus on the Champions League. They want to win that. Liverpool are too consistent right now. Liverpool remind me of those great United teams that Giggsy played on. They can win in any way. And City is... They have their style of play, and when it's good, it's great, but it didn't work today. And I think Liverpool have more strings to the bow, and we're seeing that. They can win ugly. And City at the moment, I don't think they can as well.
And City are actually closer, incredibly, to Newcastle in 11th than they are to the leaders, Liverpool. But back to United, you like the front four today, effectively, the Fab Four, however you want to say. So the third time that they've all started a Premier League game. How did they hurt City today, Roberto?
Well, the first thing is that Ole was very brave in his setup.
Yeah.
Yes, that they had to defend. Yes, they had to be resilient. But the moment that they won the ball, those four had nothing in their mind apart from getting into the opposing half as quick as they could. And as you can see here in the picture, the movement is fantastic. They just interact between each other. Manchester City, even though they get 3 and 4 players back, they're just chasing shadows. They cannot get any reference. It's very, very difficult to defend. You've seen this one finishes with a shot on target. Look at the centre halves of Manchester City. They've got nobody to mark. So the positions now are very, very loose for Manchester United. The moment that they get the ball, they start running with acres of space. And from these positions, even if you can see that Manchester City's got shirts around, they're just chasing shadows. They couldn't get anywhere near. Again, you'll see it here. The positions of Martial is never with the centre halves. The position is Rashford, is in between. They start running on the ball, and that was always is going to be the weak point of a Manchester City, that they try to take risks, to dominate the game. But what United did is he brought the quality of his players in the most important part of their game, which was the counter-attack. In a day that they could have been with a bit of a little bit of precision, it could have been 4-0 up at half-time and nobody would discuss it. And I think that's the plan. But the bravery was to have that sort of player and then to convince them to have the discipline for 90 minutes to carry on doing it. Because for me, the biggest point is in the second half, Manchester United play every ball from the back. The goalkeeper gets an instruction that you are 2-0 up against Manchester City and you want to play from the back. Just exactly to get those front four with the space and being able to make Manchester City uncomfortable. And I think that performance was making Manchester City uncomfortable for 90 minutes.
Let's go back to the other member of our Fab Four in this conversation. Do you hope to see a little more consistency now from United? As Ryan's just pointed out, they've had no problems on the big days, like today, like Wednesday. Can they go on some sort of consistent run now?
Well, today was
on the break with Ismail and the other 3 boys up front, so gives you a flat platform to go and attack the game as well. And I feel like we've stood some tremendous pressure in the second half as well, which will obviously stand us in good stead for the future games that we've got.
What was it that clicked so much in that first half?
We knew we had a plan going into the game. We knew exactly how we wanted to play, and pretty much that first 30 minutes epitomised everything that we spoke about in the meetings and the build-up towards the game as well. So, no, it's just nice to have one payoff. And as I said to you pre-match, we've had so many points this year where we've not quite got there, or we've been unfortunate with some results. But that shows you that you just got to keep working hard as well.
Could you believe how many chances were coming your way in the first?
You know, there was a lot of chances. I think the challenge for us now, when you're in these type of games, you know, the first 30 minutes was terrific. It's exactly what we planned to do, and you know, if we can do that for 80, 90 minutes of a game, we can be a lot more ruthless and score more goals. But you know, like I said, we take the positives and work on the negatives.
They're all positives. Do you think you could have had more than one today?
Yeah, 100%. I was unlucky with one that hit the bar and the one from Fred when I tried to go first time. You know, these are little things where if we nail them down, we can be coming in at 3 or 4-0 up, and you know, for us then the game's finished. So they're the things that we can improve on.
Marcus Rashford has already equalled his best ever scoring that started right at the start with another new name in a managerial hot seat. Everton's caretaker manager Duncan Ferguson getting off to a winning start, 3-1 against Chelsea at Goodison Park. No problems whatsoever for the relentless Premier League leaders. 7 changes, but the same result, 3-0 Liverpool at Bournemouth. Some response from Tottenham's defeat in Manchester at Old Trafford in the week, 5-0. They beat Burnley at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Hayden Mullins gives the job to Nigel Pearson at Watford. They did get a draw and a clean sheet against Crystal Palace, but still only 1 win all season. And the Manchester derby has gone United's way. 4 games, remember, tomorrow, including Leicester City at Aston Villa, and then Arsenal, who have their own problems, are at West Ham in the Monday Night Football. So, as I say, relentless from Liverpool. 15 wins, just the 1 draw, that of course at Old Trafford. They've won 7 in a row since then. 11 points ahead of Leicester, who have the opportunity to reduce it back to 8 with a win at Villa Park tomorrow. But perhaps most telling of all, the champions are 14 points behind the leaders in 3rd place. Then come Chelsea, beaten today, and suddenly, with that result, Manchester United only 5 points off Frank Lampard's team and Champions League football. Well, as I say, Nigel Pearson will take charge of Watford with just 9 points on the board, which 1 win all season, 6 points from safety. Norwich and Southampton both play tomorrow. So too the Aston Villa. West Ham will wait until Monday. Everton up to 14th with those 3 points under Duncan Ferguson. Much more from Ryan, Roberto and Owen to come. We'll go to live to the Etihad and Peter Schmeichel as well on an incredible Manchester derby day that has so many connotations in terms of the Premier League as well, and he knows it.